Life is so good, even when you don't feel like it. You've got to learn to appreciate the beauty of everything. Video 87, Proverbs 30, verse 10 through 20. Don't falsely accuse a servant to their master. Don't slander a servant or defame a servant to their master. For this can cause you to be cursed, and you become guilty. There is a generation that curseth their father, and does not bless their mother. You don't want to be that generation, and you need to help your generation not curse their fathers, but rather honor them, and not refuse from blessing your mothers. So you need to bless your mother. Tell your mother that she is blessed, and you need to honor your father and your mother. And there is a generation that is pure in their own eyes, yet they are not washed from their own filth. And in the Hebrew, it talks about filth being excrement from their own poo, their filthiness, dirtiness, immorality, and yet they still think they're clean. This is a big issue. It's kind of like generations or persons that try and call what is evil good and what is good evil. It's so backwards. There is a generation whose eyes are lofty and they are filled with pride. They believe that they are superior and they look down upon others. God does not like this. And that's part of what the Holocaust was about. That generation. God have mercy. There is a generation whose teeth are as swords and knives, and they use their words to devour the poor and needy and the afflicted off the planet forever. They are out to destroy life. The opposite of what Christ wants. Christ wants to bring life and bring life abundantly. The enemy wants to kill you, steal your joy and your peace, and destroy your life. The leech has two daughters crying, give, give. And they're always wanting, give me, give me, give me, give me, give me. 3 things are never satisfied. Yeah, 4 things don't ever say, it is enough. So the grave doesn't ever say, it's enough. It just keeps welcoming dead persons. The barren woman wants to keep having kids or trying to have kids. The earth that is not filled with water and wants more water. And the fire wants to keep burning. These all always want more, more. Give me, give me, give me, give me. Verse 17, the eyes that mock his father, or is irreverent toward him, or dishonoring toward him. The eyes that mock his father, and dishonors and despises to obey his mother. The raven of the valley shall pick out that eye, which, reading some commentary, talks about how the ravens first eat the eyes of the dead, and the vulture eats the eyes of the dead. So it's kind of like the eye that mocks its father and does not obey its mother is going to die, literally, and then its eye will be picked out by the raven or the vulture. Don't be dishonoring to your parents. 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 Love your parents. Bless your parents. Honor your parents. Respect your parents. There are 3 things which are too wonderful for me. Yeah, 4 which I know not and don't understand. The way of the eagle in the air. the way of a serpent upon a rock, the way of a ship amidst the sea, and the way of a man with a maid. And the first one, the way of an eagle in the air. Eagles can also be, we can be like eagles. When we wait upon the Lord, we soar above the problems of our lives, and God takes us around and allows us to overcome the problems and be above the problems. Don't get stuck in the problems way down here. And the fourth one, the way of a man with a maid. Another commentary translation says, the way of a bridegroom falling in love with its bride, with their bride. The way of a man with a virgin pointing towards a wedding. So it's kind of like the way of a man who's in love with a woman. The guy's like, I don't fully understand what goes on there. Then finally, verse 20, the way of an adulterous woman is one who eats and wipes her mouth and says, I have done no wrong. She thinks what is good is actually evil, and she thinks what is evil is actually good. Committing adultery is evil, it's not good. So, that's all for that. If you haven't read this yet, you need to read it. The Declaration of Independence and the Constitution of the United States of America. Love your country. Do what it takes to maintain the freedom that we've been given.